We're starting our video. Voice is off. Voice is off. We're starting the video. We are going to be talking about square roots today. We've been doing square roots this whole time. What is the square root part of our Pythagorean theorem? Mason.
So after you have your A and your B multiplied and put together, you have this big number of, let's say, 120, and then you would find the square root of that.
Right.
So what times what equals 120?
Perfect.
And then that's square root, and that's your final answer.
Exactly.
Squared equals c squared.
Amazing. Okay. So what we're going to do is kind of take that from Pythagorean theorem, apply it to just numbers, not necessarily triangles. Okay. So for items 1 through 6, we're finding the length of a side of a square with the given area. What do we know about squares and their side lengths? What do we know? Mason?
Every length is equal. There's 4 sides and every side is equal.
4 sides are the same length. So if we have a square here, go ahead and draw a square. And we know that the area is 25 units squared. What do the side lengths have to be? 5. How do you know that, Danny? But how? What's... Because 5 times 5 is 25. So if we were to write that out, we would say, we know that x squared gives us our area of 25. So if we take the square root of x squared and the square root of 25, we know that x has to equal 5. Right? What if someone said, nope, you're wrong. The side length is 12.5. What did they do incorrectly?
They didn't.
They
divided.
They divided by 2 instead of taking the square root, right? Okay. So what if I have a square and it's 49 units squared for the area? What are my x values going to be?
7.
7. How did you know that, Brady?
Because
7 times 7.
yeah, or 49. The square root of 49 is 7.
Excellent.
So 7 times 7 equals 49.
X will equal 7.
I don't know my sevens.
Okay.
So obviously Brady does. That's why I didn't know the answer.
You're fine. Okay, so let's zoom in here.
You know what I mean?
All right. So these next 4 are clearly not perfect squares, right? We don't know an exact value times itself that equals that number. We don't have whole numbers. So we're going to do the same process. We still have a square. And we still have our x's for our side lengths.
6.9.
So we're going to have x squared equals 48. How did you get that number, Mason?
So I took 48 and I put it in my little box. And then I went over to my calculator.
Mm-hmm.
And there's x. And there's a symbol that has x. And then it has a little like square thing over it. So I put 48 and then I just clicked my little button.
So you took the square root of 48 and you got about 6.9.
9. Yeah.
Notice we have those squiggles we've been using.
Sometimes I forget to put the squiggles.
Oh, you're not going to want to do that.
Why do you have to put the
But like when I
squiggles?
see your paper, I'm just like, oh wait.
What do the squiggles
That means
mean?
it's not an exact value. We rounded it. So it's an about symbol.
How do you even draw the squiggle like
You just do it.
Just
You wiggle your pencil.
Okay. So if I had a square, and I need somebody that has not participated yet,
that? Can I participate?
and I know my side lengths are x, Avery, what will my one side length be? How will I find that? Yep, x squared equals 10. So I'm going to take the square root of x squared and the square root of 10. What will x be about? 3.1. Yep,
It's 5.
perfect.
Should be 5, right?
Okay, we're not going to do the next 2. It's the same process. I think you guys get it. Do we have any questions about that?
So are we going to do it by ourselves?
So now we're going to move on to this next section. This is slightly different. obviously we're not using a square scenario. So we're going to have slightly different answers here. All right, I need everybody to take their calculator, and I need you to find the value of 9 squared.
So 9 times 9?
Yep, what do you get?
81.
Now do the value of negative 9 squared.
Negative 81.
Do it in your calculator.
You get 81.
You get 81.
Because two
Negative
negatives
times
equal
negative
a
equals positive.
Right, so if we're taking just the square root with no scenario, with no like, hey, it's the side length of a square, or the side length of a triangle, or it's the side length of a garden, which we'll do in the next page, then you have to identify that you know it could be a positive or a negative. Okay, so for this one, if I take the square root of x squared and the square root of 36, my answer is going to be x is positive or negative 6. And this is the cool little positive or negative symbol. That tells everybody that you know that if you multiply 6 times 6, you get 36. If you multiply negative 6 times negative 6, you also get 36, right? We didn't do that up here because you can't have a negative side length. That's not a thing, right? So if you're just doing straight math, no scenario, you got to show me that you know it could be either of these values. So let's do square root of x squared equals square root of 31. X is going to be about what values? Danny?
5.5.
And
Positive or negative.
positive or negative 5.5. So now I have a squiggles, I have a positive negative symbol. We're getting super fancy here.
Is that an L? Right next to that X.
What now?
Right next to that X. The square root symbol.
No, it's 2.
Oh, it's a 2. It's just a really fast 2 right here. There you go. All right, so for number 9, square root of x squared equals square root of 7. So x will be about what? JD. That's okay.
2.6. Positive or negative?
Positive or negative 2.6. Great.
So we're done the test, so we have to write the symbol in.
Sure will, unless it has to do with a story. If it
Are
has
we
to
doing
do
a
with something,
test
then
today?
you maybe can't have a negative value for that. All right, turn your paper over. We're almost done. You guys are doing great.
Are we doing a test today?
No.
No, you guys haven't done the study guide yet.
Oh.
You'll do the
Are we
study
doing
guide
a Study guide.
today, and then your quiz will be on Thursday.
Oh,
Someone else
there's
is
a
going
spider.
Where?
In.
In
Oh my
the
God.
air. There's a spider in the air.
Clap it, like smack your hands
Grab
together.
it.
No, grab the little spider string and hang it up. Put it out the window.
No. Fred, he dropped it.
Okay.
It just came
I was just gonna go.
Oh no, you don't want to hurt the spider. That could be Charlotte.
No, you want to go.
No.
You want to kill the spider. So you know what the spider will do? It'll have a bunch of little spiders.
That's true.
And that
Sleep on a pregnant spider, you get a little ice.
We don't want.
Spider.
We definitely don't want a spider family.
Oh.
Okay. Still recording our video, so we're gonna keep moving. All right. So this is not meant to scare you. I need to get x squared by itself. So what am I going to do with this 2? So that x squared is alone. It's just like when we were solving multi-step equations and we needed to get x by itself. What's, you're so close. What did you say, Will? Divide by 2. So now I have x squared equals 15. And then I do square root of x squared equals square root of 15. X is about,
Wait, let me do it, guys. Let me do it.
It's
Oh,
don't
Brady?
say it.
10.
3.9.
about 3 positive or negative 3.9, right?
Yeah.
Wow. Big brain over here.
Okay. Do number 12. Skip number 11 and work on number 12.
Oh, okay.
Emma, what'd you get? X is equal to, you're close.
10.
It could be two answers, remember? So it's
4.5.
positive or negative 3.
Wait, how do you get 3?
Because what's the square root of 9?
3.
Oh.
Yep.
Wait,
Okay,
That's how you solve square root.
let's do number 14. Let's do number 14. This time I have subtraction. What's the opposite of subtraction? Addition.
Wait,
Addition.
what about 11?
We're not going to do number 11.
Oh. So I can cross that out?
X squared equals 24. Square root of x squared equals square root of 24. X is going to be about what?
10.
That would be if I was dividing, but I'm not dividing. Danny?
4.8.
Positive or negative 4.8.
Sorry, guys.
Okay, then number 15, again, don't let it scare you. We just have to do a couple steps. So the first thing I'm going to do is add 9 to both sides. So now I have 3x squared equals 75.
Is this these all?
Then I'm going to divide by 3 on both sides.
Wait.
25.
Oh, okay.
Square root of x squared equals square root of 25. X will equal exactly
10.
positive or negative 5.
One question.
Yes, sir.
Normally, don't you draw the line down the middle?
No.
We did do the wall of equality before. Yep.
Is this what this is?
You could do that if you, yep, this is exactly like that. The multi-steps.
Man, I suck at walls.
Nope, we still have a couple more to do.
So doing
Why?
all of
What
this.
now?
Is that study guide?
Nope, this is not the study guide. We're going to take the study guide outside.
Oh,
Wait, we're doing it outside?
If we can get through this, you guys keep asking so many questions. Math questions are good. Trying to stall your teacher questions, not good. You know who you are. Okay. A square napkin has an area of 169 square inches. What is the length of the side? So here we have x squared equals 169. Square root of x squared equals square root of 169. X equals, Sophia, it has to be 13 inches. Why not positive or negative 13 inches?
because you can't have negative.
You can't have negative length of a napkin, right? So because there's a story here, we can't use the positive negative. Okay, last one. We have Kip and Patty.
Give it, Patty.
They want to create a garden in their new backyard.
Why?
It's going to be a square, so that's nice.
Okay.
Got a square garden here. And they want the area to be between 120 and 144 square feet.
Why?
So it can't be 120, it can't be 144.
Why?
So what number, I don't know, they just decided. What number can we square and get somewhere between 120 and 144 feet?
135. 134.5. 127.
No, I'm looking for a side length. So remember we need,
12.
The side
Well,
must be between
has to
11
be-
and 11.9 feet.
it needs to be between 11 and 11.9. Yeah.
How do you figure that out?
Because if I already
Oh,
watched the
wait.
video.
Never mind.
Because 121
Wait,
is between 120 and 144, then 11 feet could be the side length.
yeah, but wouldn't you just do like 130? Make it.
Well, if you do.
It doesn't need to be perfectly in the center.
You just had to give me-
Between those two numbers.
You just have to give me a value that it could be. So you could say 11.2 could be the side lengths. 11.8.
Are we gonna do an equation or just write it?
Just writing that out.
Oh.
Yep. Okay, so that is our practice for today.
We'll have to